Hello and welcome to this video in which I'm going to be talking about using an E harmonic minor scale over the top of a B7 chord. Now in a minor key, in this case E minor, a real common sound is to have the B7 chord. The B is built on the fifth note of the E minor scale. Okay, but the point is if you get in the key of E minor, B7 chord, over the B7 chord you can use an E harmonic minor scale. Now this crops up in lots of different styles of music. You might have more of a strumming thing going on. You could have a rock type thing. Standard rock progression where it suddenly goes down to a B7 chord. And over the top of this B7 chord, you can use an E harmonic minor scale. So that's the thing, you're using an E harmonic minor scale over the top of the B7 chord, not a B harmonic minor scale or anything. If you head on over to guitartheoryandtechniquebook.com, you will find, there's a link below as well, you will find a PDF with the music to this lesson and many others to help you out. So, two things here we're going to be looking at as well. The harmonic minor scale and also an idea of octaves. Now an octave shape, if I was on my 7th fret on the low E string, quite simple, if I skip a string and skip a fret, I'll be on my 9th fret on the D string. This is another B note, an octave above the first B note. Now, if you then go from this B note on the D string on the 9th fret, and again, well, skip one string, this time skip 2 frets out, because of the tuning between the G and the B string. If you don't understand how I call it the B string shift in my book, if you don't understand how that works between those two strings, then check out my book, the Paul Hill Guitar Theory and Technique book, and that goes into lots of details about how you can use or understand how the fingerboard is laid out with this awkward tuning between these two strings. Anyway, what we have now using the octave shapes is a B note, 7th fret, low E string, B note on the D string on the 9th fret, and a B note on the 12th fret on the B string. And I'm going to select, I'm only going to play 6 notes of a E harmonic minor scale. Start with the 2nd finger on the low E string on the 7th fret. I'm going to play frets 7, 8 with fingers 2, 3. Then moving on to the A string with the 1st finger on the 6th fret. Then going to move this 1st finger to the 7th fret. And on the A string, I'm going to play frets 7, 9, 10. Fingers 1, 3, 4, if you number the index finger as number 1. What we have so far is this. Now, what I'm going to do next is move my 2nd finger onto the B, the octave up, and do exactly the same fingering, exactly the same thing as I did in the lower octave, and do this. So it's the same thing as we had down here. And then one more time, I'm going to put my 2nd finger on the B string on the 12th fret, and again, play exactly the same thing. The whole thing so far. Which you can do this with any scale. If you play something on these 2 strings, you can then move it up an octave and play exactly the same fingering on these 2 strings, 2 frets higher, and then on the top 2 strings, the B and the E strings, 3 frets higher. It's a really powerful tool to get some long flowing lines out of one small idea. Now, descending, slightly different pattern. I'm going to put my little finger onto the 14th fret on the high E string, and I'm going to play frets 14, 12, 11 with fingers 4, 2, 1. Going to move my hand back a fret onto the next string and play frets 13, 12, 10 with fingers 4, 3, 1. And I'm going to move this down in octaves. Now, the fingering on here, if we're playing 4, 2, 1, then back a fret on the next string, 4, 3, 1. Because of the tuning on between the G and the B strings, I'm going to move my hand back 2 frets onto the next string and again play 4, 2, 1. Then back a fret, 4, 3, 1, back a fret, 4, 2, 1, back a fret, 4, 3, 1. I'm alternating between 4, 2, 1, 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 3, 1 fingers. That together is this. And then I might want to finish on the B to finish the lick. The whole thing so far is this. Which sounds very Spanishy, and it works a treat over the B7 chord. So I'm alternate picking this lick as well. So you work on that, get that really speedy, and it'll sound really cool if you're playing in the key of E minor as soon as you hit that B7 chord. That's the thing, keep going on about it. It's the B7 chord where you play the scale over the top. So hope you find this lick useful, and try and find some situations, any songs you know, with the same chord relationship in. So for instance, here I've got a B7 going to an E minor. Once you know the shapes, you could think, well, if I had an A7 going to a D minor, the two shapes are the same. I can put my second finger on the A and play the same lick. If I had a G7 going to a C minor, again, same thing from the G, second finger on the G, play the lick, and it'll sound really cool in the key, in this case of C minor. So I hope that was helpful, and see you soon for more ideas. Bye for now.